Well, hey everybody, Mr. Tyler here with my daughter Penny, and we're so excited to do some more art with you this week. This is our last artist of the year.
Yeah.
We've done a lot. We've had a lot of fun. So let's talk about our artist this week. We are learning about an American artist named
Brentwood.
Grant Wood. He lived in Iowa. He did a lot of like western landscapes, farms.
And he drew two people together.
Oh yeah, the famous one you may know from Grant Wood is a famous picture of two farmers standing next to each other.
His sister and his dentist.
What?
Yeah, it was in the PowerPoint.
I didn't even know that. His sister and his dentist. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was in the PowerPoint.
Good job, Grant Wood. So this week we're going to do some landscapes, and we're going to really have fun with texture and different styles of drawing. So there's a lot of steps, but we'll go through it step by step. A cup, just to make sure we have all of our supplies. You need your sheet of manila paper.
White paper.
Here, white manila paper. You're going to use these blue strips later. We have some textures for you that you should have picked up. I have a piece of cardboard with some nice textures on it and some kind of like net material.
Yeah, that is sometimes like in farms or something.
Yeah, we're going to have fun with that. You need some scissors. You're going to need a paper plate with yellow, brown, and green paint, just like a little dot on each.
And a sponge.
And a sponge. And so you need a sponge, and maybe get a parent or a teacher to help you with this, but you're going to need it cut into a nice kind of a circle.
A rectangle.
Rectangle, and I kind of turned it into a circle. So if you're doing this at home, the way I did this was I took a normal sponge and I cut like an inch by inch square, and then I just carefully kind of rounded off the corners there to make it more of a circle.
It's like a circle?
Yeah. So that's all for later. You're going to need some glue later. But for starters, we're going to need our piece of paper and a brown, yellow, and green crayon.
So
those are the
broken in half.
Very earthly colors.
They're
broken in half because we're going to use the sides of these crayons. So get some crayons where you can strip the paper and plan to just draw with the side of the crayon, kind of shading that way, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's start. Penny, ready? I would grab my brown crayon first, and we're going to do several nice rolling hills. So nothing jagged. We're not doing big mountains, just nice, easy hills. And so let's do a nice rolling hill in the foreground. Wait. So take your piece of paper and about three or four fingers up from the bottom, draw a little dot right on the very edge of your paper. Do that up there, so our friends can see. So yeah, three fingers up, draw a little dot,
like that. And
then over on the other side, about 3 fingers up, draw a little dot. Good. Now, make it a nice, kind of easy rolling hill from dot to dot. So not a straight line, but you can go up, you can go down, kind of whatever you feel like, but just kind of nice, straight across. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now, next thing we're going to do, go to the very top of your page and go 2 or 3 fingers down and draw a little dot. And then how many fingers did you choose on that side? 2?
I did 2.
Okay, so then be on the other side, pick 3 fingers and draw a little dot. All right, so here's what I want us to do. Down on the line that we drew, the first line on the foreground, find with just your finger kind of the middle of the line. And now from there, find the middle of the middle from the middle to the end. So 3/4 of the way across. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So put your finger right there. Start your crayon there, and then a gentle rolling from that where your finger is there to the line on the left side of your page. So if you're kind of over near the right side of your page, do a nice gentle hill all the way up and end there. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Now, kind of go just a little bit up not quite to the middle, but just like 2 inches up from there. Put your finger on it. Yeah. Start there and do a nice little hill over to the right side of your page. Yeah, there you go. So what are these starting to look like?
Just hills.
Yeah, like a bunch of rolling hills back to back. And then let's do one more that kind of covers the whole middle valley that we just created here.
Mm-hmm.
So a nice like round hill from one end to the other, leaving some sky in there. Yeah, good. See, so I did mine like that. You got there. And so you have a series of, you have like a front hill, 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 hill. It's like you're looking deep into the background.
Didn't look that very good.
No, I think that looks great, Penny. So what we're going to do, the top part is your sky, and we're not going to color in the sky. That's for later. And so everything below, you can do it. And Penny, actually, the way you did this, if you want to make the hill a little bigger, you can do that too. Did you think the back hill was not tall enough?
No, I think those ones.
Oh no, I think they look great. Watch, because we're gonna color these in now, and it's gonna get really fancy. So now, so we only have 3 colors, and we have, how many hills did we make? 1, 2, 3, 4. About 4 hills, right? Let me just check my notes here. Did we do this the right way?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I think we did. So here's what we can do. Let's pick a color, and with the side of your crayon, just pick one of these hills and color it any color you want. So green, yellow, or brown, and just kind of color it just with the side. Color the whole thing in that color.
Yellow isn't showing up.
Yeah, maybe just push it a little darker. And this is okay. It can be very light because we're gonna put in some texture later. It's just a nice little background color.
Should we do every hill like that?
Yeah, so I picked green for one. Pick up your yellow and do one yellow. Maybe do one brown. And then for the 4th one, you can just redo a color again if you want. Or you can mix colors. I'm going to do one of my hills, I'm going to do a little bit of yellow and green at the same time. So it's a slightly different color than the other one. So I have mine kind of like that.
It is.
Ooh, nice, Penny. Okay. Ooh, now we get to do the fun part. You ready?
Yeah.
Texture. So you should have, let's take this off, your little packet of texture. So let's pick one. And we have cardboard either side. Either side would give us some texture. This side has a lot of texture.
But this side is just flat.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. Ready? You want to start with the net or the cardboard?
We'll do the cardboard.
Okay, so now take the cardboard, put it behind your paper.
Ooh, okay.
And really, like you can see there's lines on your paper. Kind of think through which way do you want those lines to face? Straight across, maybe like nice little farm rows, or at an angle, or straight up and down.
Okay, that's mine.
Okay, so pick which one are you going to color in. Wait. So you want to pick a different color than the background that you just shaded. So if I started with green, I'm going to pick brown. You're picking a yellow hill, so you're also picking brown. That's good. So now watch. With the side of your crayon, color over the paper with the texture in the background.
It's dirt for the farm.
Yeah, doesn't that look cool?
Yeah. I think they might be too far away from each other. If it's that far away, the hill.
Oh yeah. No, it's okay. You can even kind of move your paper back and forth so it does different lines.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Nice.
There.
Yeah, I like that. Now let's do the net, because this is a fun one too.
Yes.
So you can unfold the net. You could leave it folded. It'll have even more texture. You can unfold it all the way. I'm going to kind of fold it once. Pick one.
I think I'll fold it to have a lot of texture.
And then again, pick a crayon.
Actually, I'm not.
And just kind of color over one of your sections with this net underneath, and it adds a really
I'm
cool
not going to fold
texture.
it so it has more space.
Okay, let's see yours. Do it in the screen.
Oh,
Let's see yours in action.
okay.
Okay, so you're putting the net, and you have to do kind of hard. Oh yeah, I can see that coming out. Ooh, that's cool.
It's hard. It's just this side. Can I use this big one?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I like it too.
Nice.
How's yours? Ooh, that's cool. Next time I'm gonna fold it. And you should do that with every hill.
You can leave some hills untextured, just to give it some variety.
My hill in the front.
You're gonna do one more? Okay, do one more. Do your hill in the front, and maybe leave the fourth hill just smooth.
Okay.
Because we're gonna add one more layer of texture after this. So do that one more time. Good.
To fold this.
And you fold it, put it under. We see it in the screen. Okay, let's see how it turns out. What are you gonna do? Green, okay. Oh yeah, look at that.
Why are we gonna do another layer of texture?
Well, now we're doing more. We're gonna do some drawing next.
Okay. There.
Yeah.
Now this is my.
So let's do some drawing. And if you have your learning page, there's a couple examples of ways to make little marks, repeating images that look like farmland. And so we had, I'll do it right here. So we had you could do 3 little stalks of corn. You could do little hash marks like this.
We could do big tall things.
Yeah, big
And
tall corn.
trees.
And then, or you could sometimes just some spirals repeating. So pick some of those. And so here's what I'm thinking. With maybe a brown or a green, something dark, pick one of your hills and do a repeating pattern. So if you want to you can even do a repeating pattern of just wavy lines. Follow the curve of your hill and do those all the way down because it looks like farmland.
I'm going to do this one with green so it looks like something's growing.
Yeah. And so remember, if it's in the very back, it's going to be smaller, and as it gets closer to you, it's going to get bigger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do that. So
these are like stalks of corn.
Stalks of corn. That's good.
But they look small in the background.
Yeah, so go through, and you don't have to do this on all of them, but do a repeating pattern of either stalks of corn or wavy lines, just kind of to give it a little bit more texture and picture. Very nice. And then I'm gonna also do one over here of just some I like these spirals. I don't know what they are exactly. Maybe they're like bushes.
Oh yeah, maybe they're tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
I think on this one I'm going to draw a few spirals like tumbleweeds.
So I did repeating spirals. I did some stalks of corn in the background, and then I just left these with the background texture. Penny's doing some stalks of corn on hers. Very good.
They're far away, so they're tiny.
Yeah, that's great. So keep filling those in. When you're done, when you feel like you're done with the texture and the landscape, first thing I would do is to take your dark crayon and just kind of shade in the lines of your hills a little more to make them pop out a little better. because we've been coloring all over them. So just go over those lines one more time to make them a little darker. Great.
These are like sort of dry bushes, and some of them are tumbleweeds.
I like it.
There.
Okay, great. So now, here's what we're going to do.
Shade.
Oh yeah, shade those lines. While you're doing that, now let's cut off the horizon. So just follow the lines of your hills just to cut off the sky that we haven't colored yet. And try to keep as much of the line on the page as possible so it still stands out. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off the sky. Kind of like that.
I think the yellow things here stand out enough.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Now we'll cut off the sky.
Cut off the
Oh,
sky.
that's cool.
Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue. So just visualize it. You're going to put your blue strip behind your paper so that you just have a little bit of blue sky sticking out, however much you can fit on there. And so once you kind of see where you want to do, what I would do is I would flip my drawing over, get out your glue, and do really just a line of glue on the very top, maybe just a little bit going down, but not all the way because you're only really gluing this top part to the blue, right? So take the blue, perfect, and then fit it.
Here?
Yeah, so then take it with some glue and just a thin line, maybe a little line going down.
Wait, are we gonna...
Watch.
Well, okay.
One line across, little line going down.
Okay.
Here, that. And then flip it back over, line it up on your page so that there's blue sky. Just kind of tap it down. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we get to do the next fun part is to make a nice tree with our sponges and our paint. So first thing we're going to do, take your brown and green crayon again.
My tree's having moss.
And with your brown crayon first, let's draw the trunk of a tree. It's going to be bigger on the bottom and then going to go up, just a nice simple trunk. And make it kind of like the roots are going into the ground. So I would start it maybe right there in the foreground, that first hill. Kind of wavy on the bottom so like its trunk's growing down. And then make your big tree trunk go up about 3/4 of the way up your page and then stop it right there.
Can I use this brown because it's kind of better?
Yeah. So just not all the way to the top, just kind of up 3/4 of the way of the page. And then with like straight up and down lines, just kind of color in that trunk nice and dark so it colors in over all of the background. And I would mix in a little bit of green lines.
Like it's moss, like it's a really old tree.
Yeah. Little green, little brown. Just color in that trunk nice and dark. But it's kind of stopped. So here I'm going to show you mine. Oh, sorry. See, I got it going up and then it just stops.
This is my tree.
Nice.
It's littler though.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have, that would be fine too. You're going to put kind of big clumps of leaves on there.
Yeah, mine's just like kind of younger, but it's still old.
Nice. Okay. So now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our circle sponge, the circle part of the sponge, and let me show you on our little screen over here before you do it, Penny. So I'm going to take the circle part of my sponge, and there's 3 steps to do. So first, I put the whole thing on the green.
For the leaves.
And see, I got a nice green, and that's even too much. So I'm going to just kind of tap away some, because you don't need that much, but you just want to get it nice and covered. And then the yellow and the brown, the yellow part is going to be like the sunlight hitting the top of the tree branches.
Oh, yeah.
And then the brown is like the shadow part on the bottom. So what I want to do, I have my green. On the top of my green, I just want to put a little dab of yellow right on the top. See that? And then on the bottom, a little dab of brown on the bottom. So it's mostly green, little dab of yellow, little dab of brown. And then watch this. When I take my paper, make sure the yellow is always facing up. I just put it straight down and give it like a half turn and then lift it up.
Cool.
See that? And so I have like the sunlight coming down and the shadow going up. And then you just do it again.
I can do that.
Little half turn, little half turn, little half turn. So you do it, Penny. And then make your leaves kind of bowl out like this, like a nice big round ball, like a fist. And just cover as much as you want. And then if you need to reapply, you don't have to wash this or anything. It's totally fine. Just add a little bit more green, a little brown on the bottom, a little yellow on the top, and just make some more. And you can kind of go, if you want, you can make it go all the way up into the sky, however big your tree is.
Like if it's a big tree, you can make it do that.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to make the ones on the bottom of my tree have more brown, so they're more shadow, and the ones on the top of my tree are going to have more yellow.
I think my tree is big enough now, since it's only littler than yours.
Ooh, yeah.
There.
That's cool, Penny.
My tree's like a big oak tree.
All right, let's
And
show our friends
some of the
here.
brownness are acorns.
Yeah, isn't that great? So yeah, we have all these textures. Look how much fun we had. We
I like
did sponge painting. We did background textures. We put stuff under our page. Did you know you could do that? Have you ever put stuff under your page to make textures for your art?
I think I'll just...
Yeah, that's pretty fun. So yeah, we had some fun making some rolling hills, some landscapes, just like inspired by Grant Wood. So thanks, Grant Wood, for that. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in all year. This has been really fun to do some art with you.
Painting.
This is our last painting, but we hope to see you in person next time.
Yeah, next year.
Isn't that great? All right, let's say goodbye. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, bye. See?